So I'd argue that we've had a situation where basically we've got more corruption and less accountability as things have gone on through the years. 2008 wasn't wonderful, but before the world went mad, we had relatively cheap living, and since then we seem to have a situation where anyone who's woke who will be offended if you actually ask them for any kind of accountability, and they'll automatically call you far right, even if you're sort of like, hang on a minute, this doesn't add up. And I think the issue we've got is definitely with the pile of scumbags that are in Parliament at the moment, and what have you. There's zero accountability, and they'd sow you down the river as fast as they could do it. So this digital ID, I think it's going to make the poll tax. I think it was 200 to 400,000 people basically were against it, and in the end they had to repeal it, and it took down Maggie Thatcher's government. I think basically if you go for the digital ID, it'll be a trap you can't get out of. And I think the issue they've got is almost 3 million people have signed a petition. I think it's basically unenforceable. So I don't see it as being any benefits. I mean, if you're self-employed, you've got a UTR. If you're allowed to work, you've got a national insurance number. If you've got a driving licence, a passport, an NHS number, what more do you need? I think it's a dangerous situation, and bearing in mind the current bunch of snakes don't seem to be able to actually tell the truth. That if it smacked them on the nose, I wouldn't trust them further than I could spit on them. And from being a conspiracy theory, I definitely think the UN 2030 and the World Economic Forum have got a lot to answer for. And I think the latest with the BBC turning out to manipulate the news just goes to show you what a bunch of scumbags they all are.